What's up, you guys? It's your boy, Dirty Dango here. Today we are back and ready to roll on this third edition of Outrage Control. Man, Kayla, this is flying by really quickly. I can't believe we're already at episode 3.
Next thing you know, we'll be celebrating 500. I'm just kidding.
Please help me.
Yeah, you never know. If we continue to do good, which, I think we're doing good with it. So, hey, it's helping out both of us talk about anything we want to. So, why not?
So, Kayla, how was your day today? Did you have a good Sunday?
It was pretty good. Other than some of my teams lost, but hey, we'll get into that. So, did you have a good day?
Yeah, my team won. My team finally won a game, so at least I have one win more than you do.
Oh, hush it. What's up, Justin? Thank you for tuning in.
So, Kayla, what did you think of AEW Dynamite Grand Slam this week?
It was actually really good. Like we discussed on the review Wednesday night, the kickoff match between Eddie Kingston and Claudio was phenomenal. Title versus title. What a great way to start off the show. Claudio finally got, hang on to the strong title, and he also gained the Ring of Honor title as well, which is absolutely phenomenal. And so it was really great to see him win in New York and get that opportunity. And he did make the announcement that he won't be doing independence anymore, because he wants a more focus on, healing himself and coming over, supporting the titles and stuff over here. So I'm excited to see what's next for Eddie on that one. Then we had I don't know. That was the only one. And then obviously we got a new AEW International Champion. We never saw that one coming. But with that being true, Rey Fenix deserves it. How long is Rey going to have it? We don't know. We just do hope Mox's okay, which I think we've heard that he has a concussion. So I believe that he is. So other than that, I don't think anything really else stood out to me other than, those two matches, because that was just like off the wall, unexpected. The feud and stuff, between everyone is still continuing. So, Dango, what did you think of Grand Slam?
I thought Grand Slam was really good. I thought the Eddie and Kingston match was a fantastic feud between two bitter rivals that hate each other for the last 20 years of their careers. Man, this thing goes all the way back to the first time they were in Ring of Honor, back in in the 2000s. Early 2000s. So it was a good hard hitting, very, very much a slap fest. It hurt by just watching them slap each other. That was terrible. Fucking ow. Holy crap, that hurt. Damn. And then we had the turn here to Around the World with Jericho with Sammy Guevara turning on Jericho. So we'll get into that in a few minutes. Okay.
Poor Dylan. What's good, everyone? Saints decided to stop playing football once Derek Carr got hurt. I don't even want to talk about football, but I know it's coming up, so we'll get to that one, Carolina. Sorry about the Saints. And Justin, Eddie Kingston defending both titles at WrestleDream against Ring of Honor Pure Champion Kota Shibata, which I believe is going to be one phenomenal, crazy match. Looking, super excited for it. I mean, heck, why not? Let's jump into WrestleDream predictions.
Let's go back to the other one first, because we didn't finish.
We'll finish it.
Okay, so everyone saw. Hey, Kayla, what do you think about Sammy Guevara joining the family and Don Callis?
I don't even like Don Callis. I don't like Don Callis. I mean,
you don't like Sammy Guevara, so we're.
I don't like Sammy Guevara either, so I really don't have no.
Do you like take a shitta?
No, I don't even really like him either.
So you don't like taking a shit?
Oh, shut up! You get on my nerves. But no, I am intrigued to see how it does go on with that situation, considering we did see face to face with I can't even say his name. Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia did not look too happy about it. So my question is, Is Daniel Garcia going to come in, or is Daniel Garcia just going to basically just be the outsider? That just meant my question. Because truthfully, I'd love to, as much as I don't like Sammy Guevara, Don Callis, or Takashita, however you want to say his name, I would like to see, Daniel Garcia get used a little bit more, in that situation, because he's kind of Justin. I don't know, Dango. You asked Justin's question.
I love taking a shit.
Y'all nuts. But no,
I also love Takashita.
Y'all, I can't with y'all. I'm sorry, but no, I am intrigued. Hopefully, Daniel Garcia does get involved with this a little bit, or heck, he might even, I don't know, it might be weird. He might try to join a faction with 2.0 and Jake Hagar to get back at Sammy Guevara, or they might reinforce this with Chris Jericho. So much can happen. KPG is like, I have no idea what you're all talking about. ... Dallas loses. Pain. Football losses suck, KPG. No doubt about that. Dango. Yeah, they suck.
Yeah. Sorry, KBG, that the Cowboys lost. I'll get into more of that later in the football segments. But we also had the main event, which was MJF versus Samoa Joe.
That was a good match, though. I'll give you credit on that one. That was a good match. And the respect from that match. And I love the fact that Samoa Joe pushed Adam Cole out of the way and shook MJF's hand. Like, no, I'm giving him respect. You get out of my way. So, that's a good match. I don't know what's next. Poor Adam Cole got injured trying to come and save save MJF. Hurt his ankle. So, but what did you think of the main event? Was there anything not happening or happening that you wanted to that did or didn't?
I thought it was really good. Besides from Adam Cole trying to jump off a freaking getting balcony and then ending up hurting his ankle.
Well, can't help.
Hopefully he's not out for too long.
They said it was a sprain, I believe. I'm not 100% sure how true that is. So I guess we'll see. If not, he'll be cuddled up on the couch, getting handed on hand and foot from his Britt Baker. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe, because she hasn't been on TV really much that lately, because she hasn't been in the title picture, as she lost her fatal 4-way contender match to get into it. So, and then Saraya, the one that did win the match, Toni Storm, ended up losing to Saraya, which it was a good match, especially when she made out with her and then did a pile driver. There was a lot of pile drivers on this.
Yeah, Matt. It was like Power Drive City on Grand Slam this past week, and I just thought that was crazy. Or whatever, most definitely.
So, what did you think of Sting and Darby Allin defeating Christian Cage and Luchasaurus?
Christian Cage and Luchasaurus?
Yeah, in a tag team match.
I actually liked it. We kind of predicted that it was going to happen. Darby and Sting, became a great tag team since, joining forces. And, you couldn't have it any other way. I guess Christian and Sting, another chance in the ring, bring back history. Luchasaurus is honestly getting the honor, wrestling with Christian, and then, and we lost Dango. Anyway, basically the opportunity to go one-on-one with, Sting, and having that opportunity and making history along with Darby. Darby's feeling the same way. And I love that, where all these, younger wrestlers get the opportunity to have this moment with, the legends and stuff that come in. Like, for example, I still think to this day that Darby was shocked when he was standing in the ring looking across the way at the Hardy Boys when they were together. They all look at that as, Dream. And honestly, I look at that as a dream match, really, because it's, legend on each side that knows each other left and right. Two other ones, obviously probably didn't know each other until they got to AEW. And they might have known each other on the indies, but, the chance that they're working with each other like that is just crazy, beyond amazing. And I believe it was a really good match. And I'm telling you, for Sting's age, he is not afraid to take risk. And I'm going to tell you, he was like that before, but now that he's been hanging out with the little daredevil Darby Allin, he's gotten worse. Do you agree?
Oh, yeah. Sting should not be jumping off stuff at age. He should be hanging out with the AARP and getting a senior discount over at my job. Hey, can I get some salmon, Sonny Jim?
Oh my God, I can't with you.
I can't with the Sonny Jim. And Kayla, what did you also think of the Hook, Chris Statlander, and Orange Cassidy defeating Angelo Parker, Anna Jay, and Matt Menard with Jake Hager?
I actually like that trio. I mean, obviously, I love Stat. I love Orange Cassidy. Hook, he's just kind of like...
He scares you.
Like I said, he scares me. I just don't know why. But the fact that him, Orange, and Stat worked phenomenal as a, trios tag. And I actually loved it. They, came out. And then the fact that at WrestleDream, we're getting Orange and Hook trying to win an opportunity for the tag titles. So probably by this, I might say Orange, if they do win, if they do win, I might be, not so scared of Hook anymore. And Justin says, need Dango to do It's Showtime in that old man voice.
It's showtime, everybody. Have a good day.
Oh, God, Justin.
Have a good day, buckaroo.
You can wonder.
Thank you, Chief.
Driving me crazy. Oh.
So Kayla, I know you want to vent about this match. The Righteous defeated Best Friends, the Kingdom, and the Hardys by pinfall for a shot at the ROH World Tag Team Championship.
I don't want to rant about it. I'm used to Best Friends getting the short end of the stick. They have been from the start. I don't know what it really is going to take for them to realize that Best Friends need to be tag team champions, because they deserve it more than anything. I don't know. I don't really want to rant about it no more, because it don't happen. So I'm just hopefully one day that they become champions before they end up deciding to leave the company, and then later down the line, Tony Khan and AEW regrets it, because I know they will eventually, because they're so underestimated. I mean, they deserve those titles more than anybody. I don't care if it's the Ring of Honor. I don't care if it's the AEW World Champion. They just want them as tag team champions, because they damn well deserve it. And I'm not the only one that says it. What's up, guys? JD, thank you so much for tuning in.
Sorry, JD, about the Cowboys losing.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. Good luck next week when you have to play the Patriot. When you play the Patriots. And I have to play you next week. Oh God! And congratulations on beating me in the fantasy league. You destroyed me. My team is terrible. I've gotten so terrible luck this year.
Slowly walking in here after the Cowboys lost. I wore my Cowboys hoodie hat today. Staying inside tomorrow. Laugh out loud. And Justin says, you sound like Herbert from Family Guy.
Thanks, little buddy. Have a great day.
Please do not. Oh, Lord. I blame you, Justin. He's driving me crazy. Anyway.
So, the Elite and Hangman defeated Mogul Embassy with Prince Nana. I thought that was a really good match. I ended up watching that one. So, yeah, that was really good. So,
yeah, I was surprised on that one, but hey, that was...
Going back to Sting and Darby versus Christian Cage and Luchasaurus, big congratulations to Christian Cage for finally retaining his TNT championship, even though it only counts as one reign, and the reign date was Saturday instead of before that, but it's okay.
He's so retarded. But hey.
Watch out for your mothers. Keep your mothers safe.
And apparently, if you don't have fathers, then you're going to get father lectured by Christian Cage.
So sad. Okay. Okay, Kayla. Speaking of dream matches and Christian Cage, Kate, what would you like to see at WrestleDream? The matches we have so far are okay. Okay, we have Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Okay.
How do you think that match is? And who's your prediction?
Who's my Bryan Danielson's going to win. Who do you think's going to win? Because I mean, every time I say the other person's going to win, it always Bryan Danielson. So I'm going Bryan Danielson.
I'm going with Bryan Danielson as well. I think this is going to be a great wrestling match. If you're going to show someone that does not like wrestling, this is going to be the most fantastic match. He dedicated that win to Nick's mom. Yeah, Christian. Protect your mothers. Everyone, protect your mothers. I swear. If you don't, I will be wearing a turtleneck on the next show.
Lord help us all.
So I think it's going to be a great technical match as they're both very good technical wrestlers, especially Zach. So I expect a lot of holds, a lot of grapple holds, a lot of wrist holds. Should be a fantastic match with straight discipline and wrestling. I think I think Bryan and Zach and Sabre Jr. are going to push each other to their max. Hopefully Danielson is rest up enough so he doesn't get hurt that bad during this match.
He's going to need it against Zach because Zach will bring his A game to the match no matter what. So
number 2, Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. What do you think?
As much as I love Hangman Adam Page, I'm a huge fan of Hangman Adam Page. Met the guy twice. I mean, he is totally amazing guy. Unfortunately, we're in whose house?
Swerve's house.
So I'm going to go Swerve Strickland. If he doesn't walk out as a winner, I'll be 100% surprised.
Yes, I completely agree with you. Swerve should win this. It's his turn. It's his time. It's time for them to break it up and time to party. So it should be a great match. So, okay. So next match we have FTR versus Ozzy Open.
I never really liked Aussie Open. It's still Fletcher and whatchamacallit, right? What's his name?
Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis. Jump Truck Davis. That way Tim calls him.
This is where it becomes tricky. And I'll say that because they've gotten so many tag team opportunities. Failed. So this is a part, do I want to go with my heart or do I want to go with my mind kind of prediction? So hoping that they retain. I'm not going with my heart. I'm going with my mind. And I think Aussie Open will finally get the titles. I'll be surprised if they don't.
I agree. I think it's going to be FTR retaining, depending on the whole situation, what's going on with Cash. I could.
And Dango is freezing on me. Don't freeze on me over there, bud.
It's my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi's terrible sometimes. We all know this.
Like, don't freeze, don't lose.
Definitely get a feeling that they're building up to Nick Wayne eventually taking the TNT Championship from Christian, which I love. I think that's going to be a great idea. I think that's going to be the plan. And still TNT Champion Christian Cage. Neighbors.
Gosh.
Justin's also going FTR. FTR is more to focus on winning the IWPG heavyweight tag titles.
And
they want the Guns versus FTR at Full Gear. That makes sense.
True. I can take that. And calling all fathers.
Calling all fathers.
Okay, now with the voice. Because if you do it again, I'm going to have you host the show with that voice. I don't know. Please don't.
I don't think I could. I think my voice would be terrible.
You would end up losing your voice by the end of the day. All right, next match before we all chuckle even more.
Okay, the next match we got Better Than You, Bebe versus the Righteous.
Better than you and Bebe is going to retain.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
could see them Righteous winning, but I can also, depending on if Adam's too focused on Roddy.
Yeah. Or if Adam Cole's not limping in the ring due to his injury.
Roddy!
Adam!
Adam!
Lord have mercy.
Leading into New Year's Smash, FTR beats every team. They call themselves wrestling's greatest tag team. And then Sheldon and Haas come out and challenge them. Ooh, I like that. I want the Righteous to win, but Cole will win. Yeah, I agree. Cole will win. I think the Kingdom will be the team to finally beat them. Yes, I can totally see that. Yes, I can see where that storyline
is definitely. That's definitely going on.
Next, we have Chris Jericho and the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi versus Don Callis family. Konosuke Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and Will Ospreay with Don Callis. Who do you got in this one, Kayla?
As much as it hurts me to say this, I think the Don Callis side wins.
I think the Don Callis side family wins too, and I think either Sammy pins Jericho or something in that mind, or Takeshita pins Kota Ibushi or something like that, setting up their one-on-one match later on.
Justin's going Callis family. Bakley, I need to teach you to say these Japanese names. Please do. I butcher them too, so it's not just him.
Next match, we have Christian Cage versus Darby Allin in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW TNT Championship.
Here you go.
Takeshita.
Takesha. Okay.
Takeshita.
Whatever. What, you said Darby and Christian?
I'm going with Takeshita.
I can't with you. Man, obviously, as much as I would love Darby to win and strangle Christian and get the title back, I don't see Christian losing the title that quickly.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm going with Christian as well. I think fantastic. I think it's going to be a fantastic match. Leading into this fantastic match, Eddie Kingston versus Shibata.
Eddie Kingston, most definitely.
Versus for the Ring of Honor World Championship and the Strong Openweight Championship. So I think Eddie retains both his titles. Mm-hmm. And Eddie, because he's not going to lose it right away. He just got it. So
yeah, he's not. He's going to keep going with it.
And next one, I don't even have to ask Kayla's prediction, but it's fine. Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart with Brody King.
This is where it could be tricky as well. Because I feel like, they always say the house wins. But Julia has been on fire, taking people down left and right. But what Brody don't understand, what Julia don't understand, Chris Statlander is a total different person than she's ever been. I mean, yeah, when she was Galaxy's greatest alien, when she first started, she was a beast. She was on top. She deserved, everything moment she got. And now that she's changed this gimmick of hers, more than a woman, been out twice with ACL tears, came back more than ever, stronger, and looks 100 times better than what she did last year before she went out. She's came back. She's on the undefeated streak. She came back and won the TBS championship, a title in AEW that she really deserves. And I will still say she still does deserve to be the AEW Women's World Champion. And I know one day she will be. But truthfully be told, if Julia does come out as champion, she's going to have to go in with her 100% A game. And I'm pretty sure Stat will either have Orange Cassidy or some of the best friends after with her. So they will have to take care of Brody King if needed. So, but with that being true, Julia, she needs to watch her back because she's just not messing with just a female wrestler. She's messing with a more than a woman, Chris Statlander. But she's retaining. I'll be surprised if she don't.
Definitely, Kayla. I'm also going with Chris Statlander. And yes, Bakley, I completely agree. She's doing what Alexa Bliss used to do, but better. Yes. I love Stat, but wouldn't be against getting some black and gold in a House of Black. I agree, but I don't want it to be Stat that loses her title. But yes, Stat wins too. I'm going with Bakley. Stat wins.
You know, I can't bet girl.
We got the Young Bucks versus the Guns versus the Lucha Brothers. Lucha Brothers versus Orange Cassidy and Hook for a 4-way tag team match for a future AEW World Tag Team Championship match.
You know what? This is the one I'm going from my heart. I am going from my heart just to see him bounce back after what he's gone through, and the fact that I believe he, has also been through a lot. The other ones have had opportunities, and I'm actually kind of really digging this tag team. So I'm going with my heart on this one. Orange Cassidy and Hook.
I knew you were going to go with that. And that is why I'm going with Bang Bang, the Guns. This will set up their FTR match at Full Gear. So this will be their shot to get their shot.
I'm so tired of that tag team.
You're tired of the Guns?
They get on my nerves. Everybody gets on my nerves.
Honestly, all the bad guys get on your nerves. We know this.
Not quite all of them, really, but
a lot of them. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Are you a fan yet? I'm gonna do it. No, okay.
No, I'm not a fan. Not yet.
The Bang Bang Gang. The Bang 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 Gang. Bang Bang Gang. Too sweet.
Okay, we get it. Big Bang Bang Gang.
Okay. So yes, I think it should be a great match. What other matches would you like to see added into the card, if anything? If there's going to be any other match, because right now it's 9. We know Tony likes everything.
Honestly, at this point, I don't know. I mean, you pretty much nailed everything on there. Unless you want Saraya to defend her title, I get somebody. I mean, I don't honestly have any other matches that would love to be made.
Do you think we get any surprise debuts?
Truthfully, I don't know. I really don't know.
Is there a certain perimeter coming to help Christian Cage versus Darby Allin?
Maybe, possibly.
Perimeter.
Stardom star Mariah May should be debuting for AEW.
Okay, cool.
And then Justin. Come on, Kayla, join the A-Town Down Under fandom. Not yet, Justin. I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm going through a love-hate relationship of deleting his theme and going taking his theme off, going back, deleting his theme, coming back for his theme. Yeah. So yeah, I'm still in that little love-hate relationship with Austin Theory right now. There's more hate. So
I think she's gonna do really good in AEW. I think that's a great signing. So hopefully she works her way up the division. Let's get a title shot right away.
Oh, geez.
Okay, Kayla. Who will be seen as partners since Styles was taken out? So, to put you in, actually, we should probably do this one first. Okay, what's next for the Bloodline? Okay, so the Bloodline took out Solo and Jimmy, took out AJ Styles in a fantastic segment backstage before their contract signing of a tag team match at Fastlane. Paul Heyman is not happy with Jimmy making all these plans without consulting his tribal chief. I feel like Jimmy's trying so hard that they could really get into I think eventually it's going to lead to AJ Styles versus Roman. I also see it leading to Jimmy Uso versus... I've been waiting all day for Outrage Control.
Thank you, Nick.
Rumor has it Ospreay versus Danielson could be happening at Wrestle Kingdom. That's a really good match. That could be a really good one, especially with Danielson always wanting to wrestle in Japan in the Tokyo Dome. Oh my god, I almost screwed that up. Basically killed me.
Haunt your head.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So eventually Kayla, who do you think is going to be the tag team partner for Mr. John Cena at Fastlane now that Styles was taken out?
I'm going to pick your brains. When we did the Queen's Takeover earlier, I'm actually going to jump off of something Jolie said in Cat. And the reason I say this is because it makes perfectly sense in a way. A lot of rumors saying, before I jump into it, that LA Knight was supposed to come out due to help Cena in the main event after they took Styles because no one came out. Because that was the first time nobody came out to help somebody. And it was just like, okay. Unfortunately, we found out that LA Knight got tested positive with COVID and was asked to leave. Which, LA Knight, we hope you get well. Trust me, I've had COVID. It's not fun. I don't wish it on anybody. I know my co-host Dango over here, he's had it too. And I've known a bunch of people that's had it. It's not fun. It's miserable.
I've had it at least 2 or 3 times. It's ridiculous.
So please get better. However, a certain person leaked something on their Instagram story Friday night on Smackdown during a certain entrance. It was known to show that a certain Doomswalker was watching John Cena's entrance.
He could just been posting it, Kayla.
But what if he's been saying multiple times that his next target is a multi-time champion? Who would that be? John Cena, coming in at 16. What if one way to get to him is, all right, I'll be your tag team partner, only to turn on him after the fact and get that match versus him. That's just a theory. I'm just saying. It could happen. It might be a little hint, but I'm just saying I've known him saying multiple times that before Cena does leave again out of the WWE, he does want that opportunity to work with him. So that could be a hint spoiler. But then again, I do think it's going to be LA Knight at the same time. But I'm happy either way. I'm just saying there's a little theory that we came up with earlier. And I just wanted to share that.
I think that's a very interesting theory. I think that I could see that doable, especially if LA Knight isn't available. Yeah, because if he's not, let's say something, because you never know. You never know how he's going to recover for you. You never know how it's going to affect his body. You don't know if he's going to be ready in 2 weeks.
Justin says at this point, if it's not LA Knight, I generally have no idea who could it be.
Honestly, you got a point, Justin.
Heck, knowing how WWE been throwing curveballs at us here lately, Justin, and,
it could be Randy Orton, for God's sake.
It could be anybody. It could be Trick Williams or Carmelo Hayes or Braun Breaker at this point. I mean, it could just be somebody off the wall that we never saw coming, and that is what's scary. WWE, for once, is actually making you guess what is happening and not basically... I remember we used to watch something like, great, this storyline, I know damn well who's going to win it. It wasn't fun. Now it's just like curveballs left and right. Like, I'll jump back. Didn't expect Judgment Day to win the titles. I never expected Finn and Damien to be tag team champions. I'm so happy for that because, I've been wanting Finn to be a champion again. But it's just, here lately, it's just been so many different curveballs. And it's been, in honor of AJ, it's been phenomenal. And I'm actually saying I can enjoy it because it's throwing curveballs at you. Obviously, if Roman Reigns came back and had a title shot, you obviously already know who's going to win that. But I'm just saying, everything else has been up in the air. It's making you guess. It's been at the edge of the seat. It's like you're on a roller coaster trying to figure out what's next for WWE. They've actually making these storylines intriguing. The Bloodline story has been going on for so long. It's just the fact it's getting better and better because they keep throwing curveballs at you. I mean, how many people can actually agree that they ever thought that the Usos would split up? Whoever thought that?
Yeah, I would say Justin Time said I would say make Cena's partner Cody, but that would feel too soon now to have him head back to SmackDown. I completely agree. I think it would be way too soon. It's not there yet. I think you got to wait on that. Either something's going to happen later on. Either Cody wins in Australia at 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning.
It's going to start at 6 a.m. That pay-per-view.
I've been lucky to get up out of bed that early.
That's going to be a tough watch along. That's all I'm going to say. We're all going to be drinking coffee.
Well, I'm going to be in bed because I have to be up at 8 due to the event that I got going on during the afternoon. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be in bed.
In February? You already have an event?
Oh, I thought you were talking about WrestleDream.
No.
Oh, you're talking about the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, in February.
Oh, gosh, Lord help us all. What? When's February what?
Does anyone know the date of Elimination Chamber?
They announced it. What was it? Let's see. Let's do some research. I don't remember. I got so much stuff going on anymore. I couldn't even tell you what half the stuff goes on. Elimination Chamber 2024, obviously. February 24th.
Okay, so end of the month. Okay.
Yeah, you got nothing going on, really. I don't think.
Except your birthday.
And that's beginning. That's after the crappiest day of the it's after the day after the crappiest holiday out of the whole year, and that's Valentine's Day. So I hate Valentine's Day.
So, so Cage also has LA Knight. At this point, we already did that. Okay.
Yeah, we did that one. Dango, who do you think his partner's going to be?
I think it's still going to be LA Knight, but I can totally see what Kayla's saying across. But I'm not going to keep my hopes up, so I'm going to go with LA Knight just to keep myself even.
Self at ease.
Yes, I'm not getting myself too excited. Because when I do, I get disappointed. Is it? So. Put this one. Okay. What's next for Jey after saying no to the Judgment Day? So let me get this bit. In the main event of Raw, it was Jey versus Drew. Dominic, Finn, and Damien all came out. Rhea wasn't there. Rhea's written off TV because of injury. It's actually not really an injury. She's just she got time off to go back to Australia. They just gave her a way to write her off TV for a little while to make Nia Jax look strong. Also give her time to. Why do you think Buddy hasn't been on AEW TV? So they let Buddy and Rhea go back to Australia to celebrate their engagement, probably with their families, which makes sense. So near the end of the match, Jey super kicks Dominic. He super kicks Finn. He super kicks Damien off the apron. With that distraction, Drew ends up hitting a Claymore for the win. 1, 2, 3. Drew starts walking off. Jey starts getting attacked by the Judgment Day. And then Cody's music hits. What do you think is next for Jey after saying no to the Judgment Day?
Very intriguing, really. I mean, everyone on Monday Night Raw despised him because of what the Bloodline did. So, other except for Sammy. Sammy, obviously still
and
has
Cody.
Love. Yeah, Sammy and Cody has the love for him there. But
Cody, I don't understand.
I don't either. That's what's weird. Justin Thomas says it's also been up for it being Orton since Randy was interacting with the Bloodline before he went out with his injury.
And yes, we were supposed to get a Randy Orton RK Bro reunion if Matt Riddle wasn't a moron.
For real.
So yeah, I hope Matt gets some help. We'll talk more about that in a later segment later on in the show. So what do you think after no?
After no? I mean, it could be anything for him. I mean, he's great. I I'm actually joining his solo run. I really don't think him having to be part of Judgment Day. I don't really want to see him in another faction. Because I mean, he does damn well good without himself being in a faction. I mean, I hate that him and his brother are no longer together, but
they're trying to make two big stars.
Honestly, if I had to predict what's next for Jey Uso, I'd like to see him be the one to dethrone Gunter. Get his first solo title run.
Yes, I agree, but I think it's going either him or Chad Gable. I think Chad Gable might beat him at eventually leads to Chad.
Please.
Shush, please.
Justin says Judgment Day versus Cody, Jey, KO, and Sammy at Survivor Series in War Games after Cody moves to SmackDown.
I could see that. And that would give Kayla Cody Rhodes at Raw.
I hope he's still there October 30th. I'm waiting patiently. I'm waiting patiently for him to release his schedule, so I know.
I think he'll be fine, especially if he's going into. This leads into our next segment, especially if he goes into a feud with Omos up to Fastlane, because Omos attacked him yesterday during a live event after the match. So I guess they're gonna strap him with Omos. I'm hoping this is just a one-off appearance by Omos. So I guess Omos attacked him yesterday during the live event. So I
we get Omos and then eventually build up to Drew McIntyre. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, because Drew hasn't fully turned heel. He's showing the tendency, but I guess they're slowly building it. Because I saw the original way they were going to turn him heel. It's about him basically claymoring the fuck out of Matt Riddle, but Matt Riddle's a moron and accused TSA of sexual harassment.
Crazy.
And they got tired. He's probably high as fuck, and they probably were yelling at him because he had his gummies, and they couldn't tell him how to play.
You ain't right.
It's probably what it was.
Yeah, don't take
or
his
or his brownies. My mom made me brownies. A Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre feud will be nuts. Yes, I think so too. That's gonna be a great feud to at least get Cody. Wouldn't you? It's weird. I totally think that the Cody Rhodes Bray Wyatt feud was supposed to happen if Bray Wyatt doesn't have the heart attack. Because doesn't it feel like Cody is on this weird little stale, like they don't know what the hell they're doing with him?
It seems like that. Like
it looks like they're just trying to make stuff up on the fly.
Yeah, he's just here lately. Just kind of seems like he's just randomly thrown together somewhere.
Yeah, he's just randomly coming in as a superhero to help everyone.
Exactly. I mean, hey, it's Cody Rhodes. He's always willing to help somebody as long as he's a face. But let me ask you this. Based off some more we're talking about Cody Rhodes. Do you think continue Cody Rhodes was still, in chat, you can answer it too as well. Do you think you continue seeing Cody Rhodes be a babyface American Nightmare? Or do you eventually think we're going to get the heel American Nightmare?
Eventually. I think eventually he will go heel. Maybe, depending on how stale the fans, depending how fast the fans turn on him. If they get annoyed with, hey, Outrage Control, what do you want to talk about?
I have no clue, is what I would tell him, because he says it all the time. Dango, what do you want to talk about?
That's
and
creepy.
It ain't on the
Don't
topic.
Do that. But yeah, I think it's going to end up being Tommaso Ciampa versus Gunther at Fastlane, which leads to the return of Johnny Gargano at the end of the match.
Johnny!
After he gets beaten down.
Oh, poor Johnny boy. Or no, poor Ciampa. Sorry. Johnny boy's got to come rescue you.
Definitely wouldn't have been a fan of Cody Wyatt versus Rhodes, especially when you would have had two people that absolutely shouldn't be losing at this point. Yeah, that would have been a tough feud, but I think getting into Cody's mentally, like, this would have been his long-term WrestleMania feud until you send him over to SmackDown. It would have been the one that sends him over to SmackDown after Cody attacks him for, like, his father issue. Wyatt would attack him for his father issues or his, Good thing, by the way, good thing Christian Cage is over in Raw, because I don't
Christian
think...
Cage?
Good thing Christian Cage is over on Dynamite, in AEW, because imagine Christian Cage versus Cody Rhodes. Cody, your dad's dead.
Oh gosh, you're right. It's a good thing Cody's over in AEW, because that would not go too well with Cody, because when Dom mentioned it, you saw how he flipped the switch. So
Yeah, imagine that with Christian Cage. That would have been total. Oh my god. Dad, your father. So
yeah, that's a thing. He can get a little emotional sometimes, and I think I'd push it to the limit.
yeah, definitely. So Kayla, now that we're going on to more WWE releases, where do the people go from here? Okay, Kayla, talk about where you think the new WWE releases will go.
Obviously, I do see Emma or should I say Tenille and Riddick, taking this time off to probably prepare for their wedding, since they are engaged. Honestly, I eventually do see them ending up back in Impact, building them up there. I do see them going somewhere together. I'll be surprised if they separate. I do want to say I kind of feel bad for Emma, because she was so excited that Elimination Chamber was going to Australia, and then she gets released the same day. That is kind of crushing.
Yeah, it's terrible that they did that to her.
Yeah, so I do see her and Riddick eventually going together to maybe Impact. I don't know. I would say if I want to see them in AEW, although Riddick Moss, there's a few people over in AEW that I would love to see go up against him. Tim will like this one, about what I'm about to say. I would actually like to see Riddick versus Wardlow, Miro. I mean, there's a lot of big, beefy guys over at AEW that could go one-on-one with Riddick Moss, or whatever his name shall be. I believe they're just going to be just fine. It did sting for Dolph Ziggler, because he's been with the company for so long. Yeah. He's put over so many people.
He's going to AEW to be with his brother. That's obvious.
One of my almost famous storylines he ever had is when he was teaming with Drew, and he was Intercontinental Champion, and Seth came out and said, I figure, since I'm gotten sick and tired of you, beating the crap out each week, and, I wasn't actually honest with you. I was having travel issues, but they weren't exactly my travel issues. And the fact he says, since you're going to have the psycho Scottish path in your corner, I figure ought to have a lunatic fringe in mine. And that was the return. And I love that storyline, because it was built up and it was just perfect both ways. But like Dango said, this is his opportunity. He's been wanting it for a while. I do believe Ziggler is going to end up, or his name in real life is Nick. I do believe he's eventually going to end up in AEW and teaming with his brother Ryan, which I'm all for it. I've always wanted to see them two together. Once I found out that Ryan was Ziggler's brother, I was like, whoa, okay, perfect,
Then they could do the stand-up together, and then this will give Dolph a chance to work on TV and do his stand-up, so.
Exactly. Trying to think.
He can do his stand-up in the middle of the ring if he wants to during commercial breaks.
Mustafa Ali probably will end up in Impact.
I can see him going to AEW.
Mustafa Ali?
Yup, because he's good friends with Mr. Brian Danielson.
That's true. Okay, I'll say
he'll end up on Collision.
Okay, we'll say who goes to AEW. I'm trying to think who else. Sheldon Benjamin?
Probably going to New Japan.
Might end up there. He can end up in AEW.
Or Impact.
I'm not sure what exactly where he wants to go.
Or he'll end up back at WWE on a Legends contract. They'll give him that Legends deal.
Yeah, because he might get that one for sure. Elias, I don't know.
Just to name a few, Riddick Moss, Emma, Elias, Mustafa Ali, Ulanus Leon should definitely end up in Impact. Definitely. like Kayla said. And Kayla, I have a surprise for you.
I know Jungle Boy, he looked at me like a father figure. He sure did. But here's the thing, Jungle Boy. I never wanted to be your father. I never wanted to be your father figure. You have a father. But your father's dead. Dead, 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 dead. But your father's dead. Dead.
I can't. You're muted.
I just randomly popped up out of nowhere. Like, what the heck? I don't even know why I was muted. It was just like it didn't unfreeze there for a minute when it came back from the clip. I blame you, Dango.
You're like, that wasn't there at the beginning of the show.
I blame you for that. It did not unfreeze. It did not unmute me. That was weird. Like,
so yeah, I agree with you, Kayla, with all that. I think, yeah, I could see Impact gaining up their division. So yeah, I could see maybe Hit Row, AJ Francis going there. Maybe AJ joins Mobile Embassy without Swerve.
ooh,
Top Dada. Maybe I think I see Mace and Moonstar probably going to Impact. So
interesting.
I think those would be great places for them. What the good part is, especially with AEW and Impact and WWE and the independents, the grass is always greener. They're gonna realize you can't be disappointed of what happens. You just gotta take it and move on. The only thing I'm disrespected by is the community that said all these people deserve to get fired. No one deserves to lose their job. Like the comments, the internet wrestling community saying, "Oh, that person sucks." I understand why they fired him. Like, you don't know what the hell goes on behind the scenes. So,
and the people that says that someone deserves to lose your job or get fired, this is for you.
Someday you're gonna get bitch slapped, and I'm not gonna do a thing to stop it.
I saw the perfect opportunity because that is something you don't joke about. Because if that was you, you wouldn't want someone to joke about that you lost your job or make fun of you because you lost your job. Because trust me, it's not fun. We've all been there. I'm pretty sure at some point we've all been there. So, that being true, did any other releases really hit you hard, or you just felt like it was mutual?
some of them I was okay with. Like, I was mutual with a lot of them. The ones that really hurt me was Riddle and Ziggler. Riddle, I think Riddle could have been a fantastic, huge star if he wasn't a moron.
Mace, Mansoor, Dana Brooke, even Dabo, Kato can go to Impact too. Ziggler to AEW and Sheldon back to Japan.
What do you think Riddle goes, Justin?
Nowhere. That's probably where he's got to say.
Rehab.
And Dana Brooke, I just felt like
she didn't improve.
She improved, and it's just the fact. I just believe that they never really had faith in her to be on top of the women's
division.
They
did. I think they did at one point. They did at one point when they put her with Charlotte as Charlotte's protege.
And then after that, it just ever since that, it kind of just failed.
She kind of failed that as that project. So yeah.
But truthfully, just to say who's over there and who would love to work, I would love for her to maybe work with them. If I just had to say, maybe send her, not necessarily put her on TV yet, but have her work with Chris Statlander. Have her work with Britt Baker. People over there in AEW and work with her. And I'm pretty sure she'll be, where she needs to be. But right, after the whole Charlotte Flair thing, I just felt like she wasn't really euthanized as much as she should have been. And that's what kind of stinks.
Riddle either goes to AEW, he just does stuff outside of wrestling. Yeah, man. Outside of wrestling, man.
He goes to AEW, he's going to get himself handed to him because Tony Khan ain't going to put up with that crap either.
No, he'll be sharing weed with Tony Khan.
Tony Khan's already high enough without the weed. on some of the stuff he does. He's already high as he could possibly be.
He'll get a new weed dealer. It'll be great. It'll be great.
A new weed dealer? Really?
It'll be great. It'll be great. So, Kayla, next Saturday is No Mercy. Who do you think will we end up? You don't have to do your predictions right away, but here are the matches so far. Noam Dar with Orno Mastana, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson versus Butch or Joe Coffey. It's probably, my guess is it's going to end up being Butch in a British rules match for an NXT Heritage Cup.
Oh my God. I'm really not been a fan of Noam Dar, not even when he was part of the Cruiserweight. I just don't know. He was just the one that I don't know.
He creeps me out.
He's just weird. Does he still have the long hair or did he cut it?
Yep, he still has the long hair.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like the whole long hair crap. So
He's got the short hair in the video game.
wait, Justin says Riddle's first position AEW Tony Supplier. Oh my gosh. Anyway, moving on. You know, as much as I don't like Noam Dar, I want to say that he would keep it, but I would really honestly wouldn't mind Butch winning it and just beating his ass. Butch has been on a rampage lately. Even though he hasn't won much matches on the main roster, he is still the beast that he is. And I would like to see him break some fingers on Noam Dar. So I'm going to say Butch.
Yeah, I can say Butch too as well. So I think that would be I'm going Butch as well. I hope Butch needs this little push. At least it will give Brawling Brutes some gold in the faction. At least bring them down to NXT. And maybe you can bring up Heritage Rules up to WWE main roster. Could be an interesting way to do it because the Heritage Rule are some interesting rules. So next match we have is Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov.
NXT title?
Yep.
God, could be. This is tough. Because I'm going to say Carmelo never misses.
I think Carmelo's going to miss.
But listen to me. Carmelo never misses. Carmelo Hayes has dominated the NXT division ever since he won Breakout Star. I mean, he's been on fire.
Yes.
Trick's going to play a factor. Yes.
I think this will lead to Trick versus Carmelo. Carmelo will retain. Trick versus Carmelo, sending Carmelo up to the main roster to join the Street Profits because the Street Profits need that edge. Because before Bobby has a little tricks up his sleeve, especially to get them going, because he was not happy with them after they lost to the Brawling. Who did they lose to? I watched Smackdown with you and I forgot. This is terrible. No.
No.
Shoot. How did we forget that?
Who did they look? Justin, if you're in the chat, who did the Street Profits lose to on SmackDown? We're drawing a blank. This is great. But no, I was going to say Carmelo Hayes needs to come in regardless if he retains. I'm going to say he does with Trick being a part of it. But he needs to come in with his A game because he's stepping into a ring with a bad, excuse me for this, a bad motherfucker in Dragunov. And we've seen it in his matches. He's not afraid to risk it. He's not afraid to bleed. He's going to have to work to retain that title.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but yeah, I believe Carmelo is going to win only to have, like Nick says, Trick's going to be in a factor in it. So, that being true, what do you think? Who's retained from your side?
I think Carmelo retains. It's going to be a very close match. I think either one of them is going.
Justin's going Dragunov.
Hey, Justin, do you think Carmelo does that signal Carmelo going up to the main roster, or do you think we get a Trick in Carmelo before he goes up? Let me know in the comments. The next match we have is Braun Breaker versus Baron Corbin.
That's short. You don't even have to ask me that. Don't even continue. Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's going to break Baron Corbin left and right, limb by limb. Send him up to Shayna Baszler to rip him limb by limb again and back down.
Next match. We have Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton. an Extreme Rules match.
Becky's got the upper hand on this one. Tiffany's not ready.
This should be the main event. If it is, this is where Jade Cargill debuts.
I'm just going to say Tiffany's not ready for Extreme Rules match. She's definitely not ready for a Extreme Rules match with the man Becky Lynch, the Irish last kicker. So, yeah, it's definitely Becky's retaining this. I don't see her losing it right now to Tiffany because, like I said, Tiffany's not ready for it. Tiffany's going to have to come with her A game. And, yeah, she's not ready for it. And I bet you can agree with me on that.
Oh, no, I can definitely agree with you that. I think Becky's going to show her why she's the man and beat the shit out of her in this match. I really think that this should be the main event of No Mercy. I think this is how you draw fans in. This is how you main roster fans for them to watch this on Peacock. This is going to be one of the matches that I'm most looking forward to watch next weekend. Even next weekend with both watch-alongs, with both No Mercy and WrestleDream. They're both the same weekend, so
LWO, Dan. LWO is who they lost to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to go look it up because it was bugging me.
So Justin says Trick versus Carmella has to happen first before Melo goes up. I want that for the title. Give Trick his due. So yes, should be a fun weekend next Saturday as we've got No Mercy Saturday and then WrestleDream on Sunday. So another big WWE AEW pay-per-view weekend. Should be a fun weekend next weekend. That's for sure. Going into the next. Okay, so recently WWE went through a merger. They released some people. Vince, there's the Access or the article came out and said Vince still think Jey would do, but Becky retains. Think they're gonna rock Tiffany to the main rocket Tiffany. Maybe. I heard she's supposed to be on Raw tomorrow night, so to set up the feud more. So with Becky going on both Raw and NXT, so is Vince going to jail or will Endeavor boot him? I think eventually something will come out. Vin will go to trial. I think Endeavor will boot him. He has a clause in his contract that someone found in the filings, in the SEC filings, that says he can cash out his shares, which turns into like $6.5 billion, something ridiculous amount of money. If Vince wants to just sell the company and get out, to use that for his legal fees. So yeah, I think eventually Vince either walks away or gets booted to help pay for his money, because Vince has always been about the money. As much as we know he doesn't care about leaving it as a family business. If that was the case, he would have left it to Stephanie and Shane to share, or Stephanie and Triple H. You know he doesn't give a shit about his own family. Forcing his daughter out. So, Kayla, do you have an opinion on this?
I mean, eventually I don't see him going to jail. But, you know, more legal rights and stuff is going to come out, and eventually Endeavor, she was like, dude, just get the fuck out. I mean, that's just plain and simple way to say it, because he's, honestly, with him not being in charge, we've all can prove that WWE's been better.
Yeah, it has its improvements. There's still some days where it's just like ridiculous.
For sure.
So,
for sure. I mean,
oh shit,
no, wrong one.
Okay, Kayla, it's just your turn.
Clemson Tigers. I don't even know where to start with them. Like I said, they've lost against Duke. They won against Florida Atlantic and Charleston Southern. And yesterday, they lost to Florida State, which I had a feeling it was going to happen. It was just so many mishaps that went on. So I don't really have much to say about Clemson. Other than I think this is the year that every team that they've beaten in the for years in a row is coming back for revenge, which would be like Duke, Wake Forest, NC State. Florida State's already done it. Hopefully not. Hopefully they're not going to lose anymore. If they do, I'll be okay with it. Hopefully at the end of the season, when we go against the Gamecocks, we continue the 6-year streak that we always have, 7 years, and then Gamecocks win again. Because they did beat the streak last year because they won.
Yeah, I know they've had a tough year, but so has a lot of college football. It's been a weird year for college football.
Yeah, it's just this year, the teams that last year that you're like, how the heck are they undefeated? And then it's just like, so it's just crazy. Football's crazy this year. And Dango, enough about the Tigers. What about around the league for week 3?
Okay, so the Cleveland Browns beating the Tennessee Titans. Deshaun Watson passed for 289 yards and 2 TDs. Cleveland's lead back 3 years strong as Jermon Ford had 10 receptions for 18 yards and 1 touchdown, the replacement for Nick Chubb. He also had 1 through the air as Cleveland defeated the Titans 27-3. The next game we had was the Lions and the Falcons. Jared Goff threw for 243 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Ahmad St. Brown had 9 receptions for 102 yards as the Atlanta routed the Falcons as Detroit routed the Falcons 20-6. Ooh, and a close game, a tough one for Dylan's broken heart, as after Jared Carr went out, the Saints ended up losing the game after the Packers put up 18 points in the fourth quarter and to stop learn how to play football, as Jordan Love led them on an 18 points unanswered, as Jordan Love threw for 259 yards, 1 TD, and also ran 1 in. And sorry, Dylan. The Dolphins put up 70 points versus the Broncos. Oh my God. Tua Tagovailoa had 4 TDs.
You butchered that name.
But I couldn't butcher that name.
I said you butchered that name.
Who? Tua Tagovailoa?
Yeah, I don't even think that's how you say it.
It is Tua Tagovailoa. Tyreek Hill had 9 receptions for 157 yards. Kayla's favorite receiver in the NFL. Because he's winning your team. You're doing very well. The Chargers beat the Vikings 28-24. Justin Herbert threw for 405 yards and 3 TDs. And Keenan Allen had 18 receptions for 215 yards. Holy shit. Also, my New England Patriots beat the New York Jets 15-10 after Mac Jones threw for 210 yards and Ezekiel added 80 to the ground as Vero Thomas had a 71-yard touchdown. Also, the Bills defeated the Commanders 37-3. Josh Allen had 218 yards, 1 TD. Stephon Diggs had 8 receptions for 11 yards. And Fox basically told us in New York to go fuck ourselves by kicking off the Chiefs game at halftime. And played the rest of the Cowboys and Cardinals game.
Oh, gosh.
So, yes. And then the Texans defeated Tony Khan's Jaguars. God. As Travis Etienne ran for 19 carries, 88 yards. Tell had 5 receptions for 145 and 1 TD as CJ Stroud led them to the victory. The Indianapolis Colts beat the Baltimore Ravens after Jeremy Minshew threw for 1 touchdown and Zach Moss had 30 carries for 120 yards. Michael Pittman had 9 receptions for 77 yards. Seahawks defeated the Panthers 37-27. Kayla will get into this more later as Andy Dalton threw for 361 yards and 2 touchdowns. How did you guys lose?
Let's not talk about it.
You gave it 15 points in the fourth quarter. Okay, that makes sense now.
Duh.
Adam Thielen had 11 receptions for 145. Andy Dalton played really well for you guys.
He did. I do give him that, though.
The Bears beat the Chiefs 41-10 as As Taylor Swift celebrates Travis Kelce touchdown, as rumors of them dating are now going up in the air. As now Taylor Swift is dating Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs. I guess her next album will be called I Guess I Threw an Interception. I guess I shouldn't have thrown that ball to him.
Oh my Lord.
Okay. As
he broke my heart at the football game.
7 receptions for 69 yards in 1 TD, Travis Kelce. As Patrick Mahomes, who for 272 and 3 TDs. As the Chiefs romp Tim's Bears 41-10.
Seth Rollins hates football again.
Yep. So does Tim. Overall, there were a lot of blowouts this week. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There was. It was crazy.
The Cardinals shockingly defeated the Cowboys. Oh, God. That means they're going to be pissed playing the Patriots next week. Dak Prescott threw for 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Tony Pollard, 23 carries for 122 yards. Mike Gallup, six receptions for 92 yards. As of right now, there's 12 minutes left in the first half for the Steelers and the Raiders. Jimmy Garoppolo has 1 touchdown to Devontae Adams. And now, Kayla, let's talk about your Carolina Panthers after I went around the league.
Panthers, I don't even know where to start with them. I mean, they literally had that win. I mean, they were going field goals at the beginning. And Carolina does what Carolina does. They can get ahead, and then they'll just stop. And like you said, they gave up 15 points in the last quarter. They
should have beat them.
They should have. They should have had that game against Seahawks because, like you said, Dalton played the game of his life. That was the quarterback of people were telling me that, hey, he's going to be a great quarterback. If he would have continued, he would have had it. And
the rookie kid didn't even play. They played the veteran.
So, I mean, it was crazy. I don't know what's next for Carolina. I mean, we are literally 0-3 in the division. Last people in the NFC South. So, as a Panthers fan, I have no hope right now. I just don't know what to expect for them. They get so high up all of a sudden and then they just drop. So they haven't been a good team for a while, and I don't know what they have to do to improve, but they just don't have the game anymore, and that's sad to say because, you know, I love the Panthers. They're my, 2 hours from me, Carolina Blue.
Did you used to work for them?
I worked for them for 1 season. That was great, phenomenal, experience. And, it's just, I feel like ever since Cam Newton, I'm going to say this, ever since Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl and they lost against the Broncos, Carolina has not had that feeling in football for a very long time. I just felt like that's where it's going downhill because everybody in that division, everybody knew in the NFL that should have been Carolina's year. And I still sit there think that, Eli Manning having that disappointing look in his face during that game when they showed him at the box because he knew what had happened, the reason why Cam did what he did during that match because he knew what his brother had done. So I'm not going to go into that. It's a total different story. But in my opinion as a fan, I honestly feel like since that Super Bowl game, Carolina has not been the same. And we've juggled management, we've juggled coaches, we've juggled players, we've juggled quarterbacks. And it's not the same. And honestly, I just hope everything continues to hopefully get better for them because we still got a whole lot of football season left. And at this rate, the way they're, they need to continue to play the way they did and just stick to it. They don't need to let off. They don't need to, get ahead like, oh, we're 15-0 in first quarter. Dude, guys, you got 3 more quarters to go. Whole lot of more football. Just don't give up all of a sudden. And I think that's what they did. And like I said, that vibe. And I know somebody that still works. It's one of the management that I worked with when I was at the Panthers. even she has admitted since that Cam Newton game has not felt the same.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming from a lot of people, not just, me. So, what's next for them? I don't know. Hopefully they can at least win 1 or 2 games and prove that they still got the vibe that they need to find. If not, then
be a long year.
Be a long year, and then if we don't win any games, we'll have the number 1 draft pick when it comes to NFL draft again. So that makes a good plus, I guess.
Okay, Kayla. Let's get out of the depressing zone. Hey!
Your freaking Patriots won, we know.
So, my Patriots defeated the New York Jets 15-10. Yes, Mac Jones threw for 201 yards. He had a great game as he dimmed and died to his receivers. It was a very close game. Like, basically, the defense went back-to-back. Defense shut down Zach Wilson for most of the game until, the end of the third to the fourth quarter. Then they put up 10 points unanswered. So, kind of worrisome. But New England did get a safety, so that's always good. So they were able to get that. So they were able to pick up the win and move on to get ready to play the Cowboys next week, which is going to be a tough game. I'll have more on that later in the week. Kayla, I heard you watched a new YouTube series this weekend.
Who likes paranormal investigation? Who loves watching, paranormal stuff? I do. I watch Paranormal Caught on Camera. I watch Ghost Hunters. There's used to be one called Kindred Spirits that I like to watch. But on the plus side of being wrestling, Shotzi and Scarlett has her new YouTube show on called Chamber of Horrors. And I finally watched a new episode, and it was only 25 minutes long, but it was awesome. They went to a haunted jail, the experience and stuff they had, and then the fact that they had Dominic and Rhea with them, and just seeing their expressions and everything was just, crazy. The experience and stuff they had made me realize, I've always liked the paranormal, but seeing them actually interact with it was even better. And it turns out that Scarlett's always wanted to do something like that, and then the fact that she's doing it. So, and the little spoiler, they let out a little clip of next week's episode, and I can't remember where they're at without looking at my phone. I'm not going to grab my phone. But on this next investigation for the next episode, Mr. Karrion Kross is going to be part of it. So, and he seems to be intrigued about it. And so if you like paranormal investigation and seeing Shotzi and Scarlett's reactions and you like them as well, if you like Kross, obviously, make sure to check out next week's episodes on YouTube on the WWE channel. I really enjoyed watching it. Like I said, being part of paranormal made me.
I would like to see them get their own YouTube series then, like a separate channel.
They honestly, after watching an episode, I think they deserve it, and I'd be okay with it. Heck, I'd be happy if they got their own show on cable network instead of just a YouTube channel. So it's beyond
something on Peacock.
It's something, not just necessarily on YouTube. Make it viral and going on everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like paranormal, you like Scarlett, you like Shotzi, you like being a little scared, you like hearing ghost voices, liking seeing ghosts, check out Chamber of Horrors on the YouTube channel of the WWE Network on YouTube, and reach out to me at Ryder Chaos and tell me what you think, because I liked it. And I put a clip about it saying, finally watched it, intrigued for the next one, and that Santa Kross was part of it. And those who know me, Kross does follow me on Twitter. He does interact with me a lot, like liking, posting and stuff. And it's very rare that I get Scarlett involved, but she actually, for the third time, she liked and reposted a comment, so it was really nice to see her interact, to seeing that, a fan.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic, Kayla.
That sounds so sarcastic.
I'm not.
That comment was so sarcastic. Like,
that was genuine.
No, it didn't sound like it. Sounded like sarcastic. Like, okay, whatever. So, did I convince you, Dango? You want to go watch the Chamber of Horrors now?
Sure. I don't like horror, but you want to scare the shit out of me? Sure.
It's not scary. It's really not scary. I mean, the only thing scary is you might hear a little funny side note about it is like during the whole time they're trying to get him to, talk to them. And the whole time they were saying, Scarlett was saying the ghost said Scarlett's name. They came back and said Rhea's name. Ghost even told Rhea to get up off its bed. It was, and it said Dom's name. Well, towards the end, everybody's name was being called out except for Shotzi's. So she kind of felt like not loved. So at the end of the show, when it finally go, Shotzi, she's like, oh my God, it finally said something about me. So she was excited that she finally got called out from a ghost because, like I said, during the whole time, it was saying everybody's name except for Shotzi's until the end. So I really enjoyed it. So you need to check it out. I love paranormal stuff, so definitely got to check that out. Yeah, Justin, check it out. Yes, it's paranormal, but, having Dom and Rhea on there and Scarlett and Shotzi hosting it, they made it fun. They made it entertaining. They made you laugh.
So, Kayla, next time you can get some your favorite clip, you can get one and we can play it, and then you can discuss what's happening. I can upload it for you next time.
What do you mean?
I can upload it here, and then you can talk about it. Like, I can play it and then you can, play it, and then you can upload it and talk about it.
Oh, the Scarlet thingy?
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. I mean, that's...
It's something you can add to our show, like a segment. So, that'd be cool. That'd be a good idea for the next show. So...
Mm-hmm. So, guys.
So, Kayla, 100. So, you're very close. It is 8-4 in the top of the ninth. Atlanta leaves. So, more than likely, they got this.
So, Atlanta Braves, like you said, top of the ninth, 8-4 against the Nationals. I just want to go ahead and say 100 wins for the Atlanta Braves, and then the first team in the Major League Baseball to reach 100 wins for the season. All I got to say, chop on, Braves. I'm proud of you. Continue to work hard and go back to that World Series.
Okay. Chat, this is your time. You ask questions, we answer. So, if you have any questions in the chat, please don't forget to put them in now. Justin, Cage, Nick, thank you. JD, KPG,
Nick.
Dylan.
Nick.
If anyone has any questions, please.
Anything else? You know what? Till we get some comments. Dango, are you feeling like to guess a wrestler by their championship accomplishments?
I'm supposed to ask you questions, and you guess and you answer the question. That's how it works. Okay. So, Kayla, for you to practice. We're going to do this. Okay? So, you go first. I'm thinking of a wrestler. I got one for you.
Why am I guessing it?
Because I'm going first because it'll be easy. So
okay, you go first.
So I can show you. Ready? You got 60 seconds. Your time starts now.
Are they currently in WWE?
Yes.
Raw or SmackDown or NXT?
SmackDown.
Male or female?
Female.
Are they a current champion?
No.
Have they ever been a champion?
Yes, multiple times.
Oh, God. Charlotte Flair.
Yes, you got it. You had 30 seconds left. Good job.
I was honestly...
So that's how it would go. You guess, and then we go back and forth.
Okay, sure. I never did it that way, but okay.
You can do the timer on your phone if it makes it easier.
Yeah, let me get the timer going.
Once you hit start, just say, okay, when the time is ready.
Timer. What the heck? I don't want to do it for 3 hours. I mean, anyway. Okay, thinking of a wrestler. All right. Go.
Male or female?
Male.
Currently in WWE?
No.
AEW?
Yes.
Has it been a champion before in AEW?
Yes.
Chris Statlander?
It's a male.
Oh.
21 seconds.
John Moxley?
No.
Is he in a faction?
No.
Fuck. TNT title?
Yes.
Wardlow?
No.
Christian Cage?
No.
Jungle Boy?
Jungle Boy was never TNT champion.
Oh, fuck. Luchasaurus?
No.
Powerhouse Hobbs?
No. 55 seconds.
Oh,
Time's up.
who was it?
Darby Allin.
Wow.
All right, come on. Give me one more round. We'll do one more round before we end the episode.
Okay.
This is actually kind of fun.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Male or female?
Male. Gotta stop the timer, Kayla.
Oh, gosh. Okay, tell me.
Ready, go.
Male.
Yes.
WE?
No.
AEW?
No.
Impact?
Yes.
Are they a tag team?
No.
Have they ever been a champion?
Yes.
Josh Alexander?
No.
Shit. Trying to think.
They weren't a tag team before, but they were a long time ago. Not a tag team no more.
I'm trying to think who's over there in Impact. Oh, I hate you right now. Well, he's part of the tag team, so it's not him. Oh, shoot. Should I know him?
He's a WWE reject, if that helps.
Sami Callihan.
Sami Callihan was a WWE reject?
Okay. Matt Cardona.
No.
Who's over in WWE? Who's over in Impact that was WWE?
5 seconds.
Who's
2
over
seconds.
there?
One last guess.
I have no freaking clue.
Heath.
Oh my god. I forgot that he was over there. I was just like,
It was that
dang.
it was either that or Dirty Dango.
Fandango, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for your last one?
Yeah.
All right, and go.
Male or female?
Male.
AEW?
No.
WWE?
No. I mean, yes.
Okay. Raw?
Yes.
Have they been a champion?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. You're running out of my timer, but yeah, Sami Callihan was next. At one point, they called him Simon Crow.
29 seconds.
Fuck. Was he a United States champion?
No.
World champion?
Yes.
Drew McIntyre?
No.
48
seconds.
John Cena? Oh, no. John
No.
Cena. He's not a fucking Raw. The Miz?
5 seconds. No.
Should I know this?
Yes. I don't know. No, time's up.
My
Any final guesses?
I'm gonna guess. Let's go with Finn Balor.
That is incorrect because Finn Balor has been United States champion. The correct answer was Braun Strowman. So
I forgot that Finn Balor was the United States champion.
he was a United States champion, Intercontinental, and he won the Universal title. And then when he won the tag titles, that made him the Grand Slam finally.
Okay. So, Kayla, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Instagram and on the X at Writer Chaos. You can also find me also controlling the Outrage Control podcast, Instagram, and Twitter at Outrage Control. You can also find me as a Carolina Boss Lady at Queen's Takeover Podcast at QT Bow Down on social media, on Twitter and Instagram as well. And you can also find my AEW reviews and other articles at the Fanatics Network. So that is www.fanatics thefaNENT.com. And if you haven't liked and subscribed to this video or to the network, please do so. And Dango, what about you? Where can the peeps find you?
You can find me at SwaggerBomb92 on the X or Instagram. You can also find me at the Bump Boys on the X or Instagram. Always over there talking wrestling, football, or anything really. So if you want to talk to me, just hit me up, message me over there. So please, thanks, Justin. It was a great show. Me and Kayla really did good. You could definitely see the comfortability we have going on. This is probably our longest show by far.
For real.
So it's been a great show. Please, next week we'll let you guys know when our show is going to be. We haven't really set a date because next weekend during this time is WrestleDream, so we'll be moving our show. We'll announce a new time later on soon. So we'll have the network will have an announcement. So from Dango and Kayla, peace.
Peace, y'all.